In this video, I'm going to share on why, after going through or following so many entrepreneurs, that I actually want to be more like Nick Bear. So I'm going to share on who are these entrepreneurs and why I chose to move forward towards how Nick Bear is as an entrepreneur and also as a person who does fitness. So if you don't know me, my name is Haris, and I call myself a tutor, or I run a tuition business where I teach primary school math. And basically, my goal in life is to open up a school so that we can change what we teach and how we teach as well. So enough about me. Let us go through on who are these entrepreneurs. All right, so you might have seen him before. I think he got very popular, Gary V. He actually got very, very popular like maybe 5 years ago, where I think his main mantra was like fuck something, or like fuck your parents, fuck everything, optimize for happiness and whatnot. So I would say that I really enjoyed his content back then. He was just all in into social media marketing. So a lot of people, actually, I feel like a lot of people like followed him, and then after a while, like he's still pushing out a lot of content. So he was one of my, I would say, person that I followed to be as an entrepreneur as such, right? So he really like hustles very hard. I guess he was like one of the faces for, like, they call it hustle porn. So meaning that he shoves a lot of content saying that, oh, you got to work hard, you got to like do your best kind of thing. Well, and the thing is that I would say that for him, in my opinion, that he is someone that is for people who are uninspired. So what do I mean? So meaning that if you are someone who wants to do something but has not taken action, then I think he is like a very good, I would say, perspective to how you can do something, earn money at the side, and then slowly build up your brand, your business through social media. Because he was like the pusher for social media. I mean, he does other stuff as well, but the main thing is that he does social media a lot. And I think a lot of people who gain success through social media always go back to Gary Vee, because he was the one to push everyone go do, for example, TikTok, go do Instagram, go do LinkedIn and whatnot. And he really, his business, it's not part of his, it is part of the business, but he really does push a lot of content. He knows what's the analytics and what's the trend. Sometimes it's not accurate, because when you do guesses, most of the time there is a chance that you will not succeed, which is very normal in entrepreneurship. And this is what I think that a lot of people think when they see business people talking about their lives and whatnot, is that, oh, they're perfect, they must do 100% correct things to reach wherever they are. But to be honest, like, it took him, I think he started his business when he was like 30 plus or 40 plus, I forgot. But it's actually, he is someone that I would say, if you are looking into someone who wants to get inspired, right, then that's where like Gary Vee is good, because he made me inspired to like do a lot. Like, I do social media content since like 5 6 years ago. So this is someone that, if you were to just like want to go into the social media game, which I honestly also kind of am doing, and also would kind of advise, I mean, take this advice with a pinch of salt, or heavy pinch of salt, or don't take this advice very seriously. But I feel that social media is such an easy way for me personally, and I think for you, to actually experiment how to do marketing very well. Because if you want to be a marketing professional in the future, how are you going to become very good? And a lot of times it's through social media, right? So this is where, for me personally, if I were to go to my like YouTube channel, this is my business, tuition business itself. And the thing is that I push content every single day, 3 times a day. And if you were to look at my analytics, I don't think it's good per se, but in essence, I would push a lot to see what does well and what doesn't. And I'm pushing a lot of shots. So I have been pushing a lot of content. Some did very well, some don't do very well. And if you were to really deep dive into social media itself, I would say that go for a direction. We call it a niche, but I would say a direction, an area that you want to be known as. So, for example, for me, I want to be known as the Singaporean tutor, so that parents come to me for, tuition for their kid, that kind of thing, lah. Right. So yeah, and I've been just pushing, social media stuff every single day, and this gives me data that I know what works, what doesn't, and I can do more of what works, right? And yeah, I think Gary V is very experienced in that, and I would say like his advice is actually uh pretty in a way accurate. So but you have to do your own context, so take his advice, try it out, see whether it works or not, and then just move on. Because a lot of times people like, oh, he must be very good. It's like, no, you just need to experiment with advice and see what works. If that advice works, then do more of that, right? That kind of thing. So Gary Vee, if you are new into like, oh, I want to build my own thing through social media, I think he's a great start. All right, then second one, Alex Homozy. Who's Alex Homozy? I don't know if you know him, but he is someone that I follow still right now, and actually made a huge impact to how I work as a person, as an entrepreneur, and also like in terms of mindset as well. So like I think a lot of people miss misprioritize how important mindset is. And for him, why I like his content is because that he made his content so simple to really, I would say, push what your thinking is, right? Like he says that if you want to convince someone to do something, then you just strip out the essential. So for example, if I want to make a horse drink water, you just make the horse in a very hot environment, and then at the same time just wait it out and until the horse will drink water, something like that. So it was like something that I would say easy to understand, and also push your beliefs on what you need to do in a sense, lah, right? So his advice, I have used his advice in my previous, I would say, business, and it actually made us a lot more money than I expected, lah. And that is where, like, I would say, Alex Somosi, if you are in the business, right, meaning you're like running your own business, it's already working by itself. So his content is mainly for people who are running their business that's already running. So this is, I don't think this is okay. If I were to say Gary Vee is for one entrepreneur, so you want to be an entrepreneur, Gary Vee is for you. Alex Hormozy is like, you are an entrepreneur, your business is already like running, whether you're running it 100% or you have people running it. Like his advice is really really good. And then at the same time, there is also this person, his wife, right, Leila Hormozy. This I would say like she's the she's the most underrated like influencer, because I actually, when I was in my previous business, I actually followed more of Lila's Homozy's I would say advice, because she deals with how to be a very good manager, how to be a good CEO. Like she is doing the business itself. Like Alex Homozy is very towards marketing and sales, which helps. But at the same time, you if you were to run a business, who do you look for when you want to manage someone, fire someone, hire someone? That's also very important if you already have a running business. And she really gave very very good advice that I also implemented. She also talks about mindset, how to not say overcome, but how to, you know, live with overthinking, which I believe a lot of people are doing. And this is something that you don't really hear about. A lot of times you want to hear like, oh, how do I reach a million? Or I don't know about you guys, but for me it's like, this is so important. Like this is such a good content for me to listen and implement. So in a way, it also helped me in running my previous business a lot better, because at least I know what works for her and I can implement and see how it goes. And I would say the best advice from both of them, to be honest, is just mindset. Like a lot of times people have a lot of information. We are not lacking of information, to be honest. Like we are just lacking of focus and a lack of execution. So that is something that I think that's what they talk about, right? It's like I can give you all the information. They do give a lot of information, but it's like in the end, most of the time, how would you execute to do certain stuff, right? And yeah, so these two people, like if you are already running a business, you have a team, then Leila Homozi and Alex Homozi content will be very useful for you. So because they really talk about how to do sales, marketing, and how to handle the management of your team. In terms of operation wise, not really, right? Operations wise, I have to figure out, right? So if you really want operations kind of person, right? Then there's another person called Leila, Leila, process driven, right? This person. So if you really want to really delve deep into processes, right? I did follow her content for a while because I was doing coaching and I was more towards optimizing processes, and she has really done a good job in simplifying processes for small businesses. And because you can, like, if you were to have done processes before, then you might see that, oh, when people are not following processes, or if or the processes I've done, and then like people don't give me the outcome that I need, and these are like very good. So like if you most of the time, if you're burnt out, if you're burnt out uh, in your own business because you are the main person, number one is you never hire, number two is that you don't have a process. I mean, these two I already know. So when I'm doing my tuition business, once I get more revenue in, right? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a process. I'm gonna hire that kind of thing, and she does it very, very well. She will recommend what kind of tools to use to do your processes. So if you're a, which I think you should be, if you're a process-driven person, then this Leila will be very helpful on how you can simplify your processes so that people can do it, understand it, execute it, and improve on it. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of people that I would recommend. The last one, which I really want to go and be, is Nick Bear. So Nick Bear, he started out being in the army and then he quit to run his supplement company BPN. I think it's Bear something nutrition, right? Yeah. So Bear Performance Nutrition, if I'm not wrong. Yes, there it is. Okay. So for him, right, why I like want to be in his footsteps is because number one is that he really posts a lot about physical fitness, and is also very related to his company, which is performance nutrition, right? Which is basically a supplement company, right? Where he sells like protein shakes, kind of thing. And the thing is that he is like a, I think he sums up, Ning Bear sums up in this sentence. He's a full-time CEO and a part-time athlete. And I've met or talked to other, so I've met other entrepreneurs, and they're not as fit as him, right? Like, how fit is this person? Is he is like, as a very buff guy, you don't think that he can run very, very fast, but actually he runs really very fast. He ran a sub 3 hours marathon, which is actually a very hard thing to do, and 2:39 marathon. That's like insane. So what's how far is a marathon? Is 21 mile or 42 kilometers. And if you were to break it down in 10 kilometers, right, he's running roughly around 40 minutes. And that's really very fast. And especially someone who's this buff, right? Normally, if you see runners who are very fast, they are very lean, like very skinny, because that's the most efficient way to run. And this guy, he just like break my beliefs of like what can be a fast runner. And look at him, it's like he's very buff and all that. He has a family, all that. So it's like I really want to follow the footsteps of Nick Bear, because number one, like I really really care about fitness. Like I've been running, I've been rock climbing, I've been going to the gym, exercising for consistently for 10 years plus, right? And the thing is that can I also run a successful business? And Nick Bear shows it. I believe there's other people out there who does it, but he is the one who really embodies it, right? Like he it's not that this is like recently he became very very athletic. Like dude has been doing content since like 10 years ago, right? So for me it's like if he can do it, so can I. And that's something that I really really am happy that he is one. I mean, he is like, I don't know how I knew about his content, but somehow the algorithm picks up and then he showed me like that. So to summarize is that I would say for me, I want to live the life that I want to live. What does that mean? That means whatever I do, I want to do it. And I believe there are people who's going through life or things that they don't want to do. And that's, pros and cons, that kind of thing. Lah. And for me, my life philosophy is always in one sentence, right? If I die tomorrow, am I happy today? Whether I'm struggling to make money, whether I'm struggling to run a very good run, whether I'm struggling to improve with my rock climbing, I think that is just a normal part of like reaching towards my goal. And for me is that I've been running for 10 years. I've been exercising for 10 years. I've been, rock climbing on and off for 10 years. And the thing is that like I don't know why this year happened, but this year happened. And like number one, I really gotten into running. I don't know why. I feel like I think the catalyst was I just randomly went to a running club that was like not super popular, but then the running club were with people that were very very like they were very fast runners. And then when I followed them on Strava, I was like, dude, their efforts or their what they put in their weekly mileage is basically like 50 kilometers per week to 100 kilometers per week. And that's something that I was like, oh my god, I'm not even at their level. And that's where I started to invest on my shoes. And like after investing on very good shoes, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know I enjoy running this much. So I mean, right now, my leg, I'm not at my 100% recovered. I'm still running with still an injured leg. So I don't know whether it's injured, but I don't feel like 100% happy, but I always look forward to my runs. That's what I mean. But coming back, right, it's like, why I chose Nick Bear is because he's living the life that I want to live. He's living the life of being a full-time CEO and a part-time athlete. I believe his routine is like, I mean, this is very simplification. I'm probably wrong, but I believe he's like running a business 8 hours a day and also training 8 hours a day. He's gone through being an Ironman, ultra marathon, uh, marathon, doing his personal best in terms of like running 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, while running a successful business. And I was like, if he can do so, okay, like I want to be him. I want to show off my fitness. I want to be like super fast, super like strong. And for him, he does lifting and running. I'm rock climbing and running. So doesn't matter, right? But that is an inspiration to me. That's what I'm looking towards. So it's like, I don't want to be him, but the lifestyle that he does is that is my lifestyle that I'm doing right now. And slowly I'm want to continue that. I don't want business to be 100% of my life because naturally for me, I enjoy the training, the fitness aspect of my life as well. I mean, I invested so much of my time in it, right? That means I kind of enjoy it, right? Yeah, I do. So these are things that I want to do. And I've gone through so many people's content, and I don't look at Nick Bear's content nowadays because I mean, now I'm more towards like running my own kind of thing. I'm actually watching a lot more running content to just be good at running as well. And but I always go back to him to like that's where my direction is. I want to be very fit and I also want to run a very good business. I want to be good at running and running a business, that kind of thing. Okay, with that said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of video, subscribe down below and comment down what kind of life that you want. Right, with that said, see you in the next one. Bye bye.